This is video 2, and I've resized my screen to protect some student data. So we're back in where I left off, the Student Assessment Overview Report, or Student Overview Report, although we're not displaying all of the screen here, so we can't see the students' names. So here we see, it's important to understand that right above in this heading, we see the assessment. It's actually right above the date taken. There's an assessment title, but the reason I'm not displaying that is directly across from it. So in this part of the heading, right above the screen where it cuts off, it's displaying the student name. So this report is for a single student in this class, and it's a breakdown of how they did on each of the standards assessed. So this is on one assessment, one student in that class. So we see we have the math standards that we listed in the last video associated with grade 1, module 1, and assessment. And there's the standards, grade level 1, operations and algebraic thinking, clusters A through D, all of standards 1 through 8 with the exception of standard 2. So here's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's listing the standards. And then over here, we're using the performance band color coding to break down the overall level on each standard. Now the score itself, we don't need to worry about that because we're going to enter the 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not going to enter a score out of 8 or out of 16 or 12. All of the items have been scored out of 4. So obviously there were 2 items as opposed to 1, or 4 items as opposed to 3 on each of those respective standards. Overall, Illuminate has given us, because we're using the right performance band, that's why that setup piece is essential, it's giving us the overall rating. So a blue is a 4, a green is a 3. We toggle to other students. So this student had all 3s. This one had a variation on which ones were 4s and 3s. So there's an example of a student who has 2s and 3s. The yellow indicates a 2, and there we have a student who scored all 1s across the board on each of those standards. So one student at a time, the teacher can see on a 4, 3, 2, 1 scale. So if I were to enter this student's scores, I would know that I'm going to enter, if I have them listed in order in the grade book, I'm going to enter a 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2.